GardenCAD is software that enables the development of computer-aided design landscape plans. I'm looking here at the interface. If you want to start a new drawing, you have the choice of a number of different alternative templates. The default template just gives you a blank space, but if we took, this is the Imperial version of GardenCAD, if we took one of these templates, we're into the design environment, and there's a simple design to the right. You would normally create your design in this space here to the left. One thing worth doing to begin with is go to the library and to the plant selector, and let's say you want to insert a tree, maybe it's a small tree. Click it and you see here a series of sample symbols, all organized to indicate a small tree. So we'll insert it, and it should come in at the size of a typical small tree. Let's measure the canopy diameter here. We'll work in decimal feet here, 7.5 feet canopy diameter. One thing worth doing at this point is to go to the library and go to general details and to scale bars. Let's throw in a 1 to 20 scale bar, and I'll pop it down at the bottom here. And at this stage we get rid of this information here, and we'll drag our scale bar, right click and move the scale bar here. So we're developing a drawing, maybe it's a site that you are familiar with. You start by drawing some lines. So draw a line, indicate a start point just by clicking, and then if you put polar on, that will enable you to draw a horizontal line easily. See how the horizontal line locks in? So it's about to draw a line 18.47 decimal feet, work in decimal feet. So let's make it 20 feet, and we hit enter. The line then radiates out. Imagine now we want to move away from there, and we want to go 15 feet, and we do that, and then we come across here 13.5 or 13 feet. Whoops, I'll just right click and exit from there because I wasn't watching carefully enough. So we'll start a line, and we're going to drag this little toolbar across. It's called the object snap toolbar, and we're going to jump to the end point of an existing line. What I wasn't doing was watching that the line was pointing in a horizontal direction. So let's this time go 8.75 or 8 feet 9 inches and hit enter, and I'll right click to exit. So we're drawing a full-size replica of the scene that we're familiar with. So this might well be the footprint of the house. We can select them like I have there, and you could join them. They then become one entity. It's one entity, so I could use some of the edit tools. I could say modify and offset. I get some prompts down here in this area. It's now telling me to select the object and right button to stop. So I pick the object and hit enter. Now the offset distance. Imagine you have an overhang, a 3 feet. I'll type 3.0 and specify the side. So you can see we now have a footpath running all the way around. So we can add to the design nicely. We can select something and scale it. So we said it was a small tree. Imagine it's a little bit bigger. Let's go back to the library and let's put in some small shrubs. I'll change my mind and back out because at the right hand side we've already got some useful materials. So I'll just, maybe we want a path that will lead, say, from the sidewalk or pathway around the house up to this area. I've selected them. I can right click and copy. We mark a base point like so. Can you see I'm bringing a little path and I pop it here and we'll grab hold of it and we'll rotate it. We asked to nominate a base point, so we could snap to the end of that paver and then we can get it looking horizontal. Let's imagine this is a relatively regular design and we'll then move it again like so. Imagine we're going to have this as a shade tree. Let's put some colour into it. Or what I've done is go to the library and pick a more colourful symbol, pop those along to the left of the path. Then I've set a rectangular space and then I've used draw and hatch to fill that space with a grass pattern. I've added a little bit of text. I've used the dimension tool that's up here in this toolbar and I've measured that path, just making sure that everything is working the way I want. So I now have a full size, if you like, bird's eye view of a little plan that I'm developing to print the plan. And it's very important, I think, to keep some form of scale bar in there. And that saves you the concern that a lot of people have of printing to a scale and then giving a scale ruler. Anyone can measure any object on their drawing by using a scale bar such as this. And then to go to print it, you just go print, and I'm printing here to what's called a cute PDF writer. It's a phantom printer. It's not physically attached to my computer, and I choose the size of paper here. I'm choosing quite a large sheet of paper. I could change that to a smaller sheet or any size that I want, and then I simply issue the print command. That in this case will generate a PDF file, and I've put it on my desktop. So let's go to the desktop and see if we can find it. It's called VE. It's a bit hard, isn't it? So let me go again to my Explorer and go here to the desktop. Here it is, VE-CAD drawing, and there's the drawing that we've been working on in this little sketch. And we can zoom in or out on the little design and add your own logo and all sorts of things. Looking at the balance of this design, you would choose a smaller landscape scale, maybe 1 to 12 or so on. So I hope that gives you a little flavour of what you can do with GardenCAD.